everyone, it's Julia. I am making a little denim purse today, and I want to share first how I do cut this out. I do like to use a larger size pair of blue jeans that I just thrift, and then I cut it about a ½ inch away from that fly, and then just below the fly. And that is so I get two different bags off of one pair of jeans. And then of course I use the legs for other things. Nothing really goes to waste. But again, I just measure with my chalk about a ½ inch away from that seam. And that gives me two different bags. I'm going to be using this stencil. I love this face stencil and I've used it before. I'll link it down below for you. And then I've picked out a couple different pieces of fabric that I'm going to use. The ink that I use for this is my archival ink made by Ranger, and this is waterproof permanent ink pad. I'm using the color Orange Blossom, and I'm using a makeup brush. These are oval makeup brushes. Again, I'll link these products down below. Just pushing some of that color in to this stencil. I'm not going to do the hair. I'm going to do a different treatment or a different fabric for the hair. So I got that part done. And then I wanted just to draw this. I'm using Heat and Bond Light, and I just put that stencil underneath. And then I'm just tracing that hair outline. I just want to get a somewhat of an idea of the fabric that I need to cut out for this. Just to get that shape. And then I'm going to iron this piece of that Heat and Bond right on the back side of my fabric. And then I'm just going to cut this out, but I am cutting out some of those little feathery, I don't know what you call it, paisley kind of outlines, just to give it kind of a funky, almost a headdress look. I'm removing that paper from the back there, and I'm just going to be pressing this on with my iron. This other fabric that I chose has some interesting little shapes, and so I'm going to cut a couple out. I thought it would be really cute for their earrings for this little gal. So just cutting some of those out. I'm just going to be putting these underneath and just fiddling around a little bit, just trying to decide what I like for these little earrings. But I thought these shapes were kind of cute. And then I have another strip, and I just thinking where I want to put that. But I did decide just to put it on the top of the back pocket. I don't have Heat and Bond or any kind of adhesive on the back of this red fabric. And so I'm just using my glue stick, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of that. And then when I get to my sewing machine, of course, it's all going to be tacked down. I will press this a little with my iron just to activate that glue, and so that glue is dry before I take it to my sewing machine. I have a piece of Velcro here, and these are the sticky Velcro 1 inch, I don't know, packs or pieces. And I stick it on a piece of fabric just to get some of that stickiness away so it doesn't gum up my sewing machine. So that's what I did with that piece of white fabric. I just stuck it on there a few times to get it unsticky a little bit. But this is going to close, and then I'm going to stitch those on. And I don't show that, but I stitch those on. And I wanted to say this is going to be an unlined little bag. But I am going to share with you how I make a zippered hanging pocket on the inside. So it's unlined, and it's just going to have that Velcro for the closer on the top, but it is going to have a zippered pocket on the inside of it. I thought it just needed a little bit of color up there, so I'm taking some of that fabric and just adding little pieces. I did put Heat and Bond Light on the back of these. So this I'll press on before I take it to my sewing machine. At my sewing machine, I am going to use it's kind of called an applique stitch on my machine. It almost looks like a blanket stitch. You could also zigzag this. So I'm just going around these pieces on the waistband with that applique stitch. And then for this little piece on the pocket, I'm just turning that back so I can not sew through the pocket. It's a little bit finicky, but I'm able to do it. And then I'm still using that same stitch on this, that applique stitch. And then really turning this to get that bottom part done, and then get that sewn in. And then for the hair part of this, I am going to take my regular foot off, and I'm putting my free motion foot on. I'm going to drop my feed dogs. I just have a cream colored thread on the top and the bobbin as well for this. So I wanted to see some of the stitches, and so I did use just a white or a light cream colored, and I'm just thread doodling these. So I am hitting some of the edges, but I'm filling in some of the little squirrely things in there and adding some of my own little marks and doodles. This is really a wonderful way to just get used to free motion stitching. It's just a real creative way to add little marks and little doodles on your little projects. And this is what it looks like when it's all complete. I have a piece that measures 8 inches by about 17 inches, and this is going to be my hanging pocket. Now, I invested in a bunch of continuous zippers, and there's a whole mess of zipper pulls. I'm kind of a beginner at this, but I'm getting a little better, and I'm just going to share with you what works best for me. I cut my zipper tape a bit bigger than what I need. And then I open it up a little and do a V cut. I did look at several different videos and try different ways, but this is the one that seemed to work best for me. I start my zipper pull then on one side, and then get the other one in there as best I can, and then grab those points from behind and then just pull the zipper pull on. Straighten it out, and that's, like I said, what works best for me. I'm pinning the zipper, or clipping the zipper face down now and stitching it across. And then I pressed it and I top stitched it. And now face down again, so my right sides of my fabric is on top of this zipper tape. And pinning and sewing, pressing, and top stitching. So now I have a cylinder. I am going to press the little top of this so it's a little off, so I have just a little header. Turning it so the right sides are together. And at this point my zipper is closed, but you do want that zipper open. I did open it before I closed or I sewed this shut. But you do want to then just stitch both of your sides. And I have my side stitched, and then you just want to take it and turn it right sides out through that hole, through that zipper. Just getting those corners all poked out, giving it one final press. And then this will get sewn right into my purse. I really like the inside of jeans, and so sometimes I don't like to line it. And this is just a really easy alternative. And you still have a little compartment where everything is safe. And now for some finishing touches, I have a bunch of different widths and lengths of trim. I've got a lot of it's ribbon, but I do have some laces in here too, and some twill tape and just different things. And I'm going to just line these up on the bottom. When I close this pouch or this this bag, I am going to have some raw edges on the bottom and the side. And then when it's washed, it's going to fray up and just have a nice little edging on there. This adds a lot of texture. And so I'm just basically pinning these how I want them. A lot of them I'm folding. And then I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and sew those into place. And then after they're sewn, I'm going to just trim them so they're all one length. Now back to my sewing machine, and I'm going to finish just stitching this up down the side and across the bottom. For the strap, it's going to be scrappy. I'm going to take both of those fabrics that I've previously used. I cut my strips 3 inches wide, and my finished strap is about 62 inches long. Just mitered the corners there and just joined my pieces. And then this gets pressed open. The seams get pressed open. And then I'm going to fold it in half and then fold it again. The 3-inch wide strap is going to give you a finished strap of 3/4 of an inch wide. And that's just what my swivel hooks are measure. And so, I mean, it's just a good width, especially for just a smaller bag like this. Turning them in and all the way down, and then turning them again, and then this gets stitched. And I do stitch it on both sides. Now to finish this off, one of my sides has a belt loop, and I'm going to just add the swivel hook to that side, and I'm just going to hook it right on that belt loop. And then the other side does not have a belt loop. And so what I'm going to do is I have a little piece of leather here, and I'm going to just lay it across, and I'm going to stitch it on both sides. Just stitch it a couple times with my sewing machine. That is stitched, so I'm going to hook the one side, and then the other side I'm just going to bring it through that leather strap or whatever you want to call it, and just going to be tying a knot. And I do tie this several times because I don't want it to pull through, but it's an easy way to add a strap. And you can also adjust your strap. If it's too long for you, you can, make it tight, or you can shorten it by just tying the knot in. But that is it. I have some pictures at the end, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a funky little bag, but I thought it'd be really fun thing for just a day out. Just something fun. Have a great week, everybody. I hope you have a chance to create. Bye for now.